Welcome back to 4 Cities. 421 Farms. Farming is the longest running challenge humans have ever faced. We do it every year. Our survival depends on it. Lots of variables in farming. Number 1 is time. Take a look at your watch. What time of day is it? What are you doing today? Then of course there's timing. Market timing. It's kind of like a complicated math problem. You have to pick and choose a path forward. You gotta build your layers of success, one at a time, each day. Look for the vertical supply chains. Pay attention to location. Crop flipping. And of course, crop options. It's kind of like a big treasure hunt. You gotta dig it up. Like that sandbox you used to play in as a kid. That's how you win. So how are we gonna farm this map? Let's buy some land. Now I know many of you try to make the biggest farm possible, but that's not how we're starting this game. Crop flipping, crop options is how we're gonna go. So this entire map is your farm. Everything is up for grabs. And the first thing we're looking for is wheat. And looks like we got a couple fields right here. Okay. So what we're going to do is go in and buy some of these wheat fields. See if we can pick them up for a good price. There we go. There's one. How about this one? Okay. Because that's the point. We are going to stack up as much wheat as we can here in this first round. That's all we care about is wheat fields. Now I think there's one over here, but I don't like this property here because look at this. This right here, sugar beets. That's a whole different operation we don't want to get involved in. So for right now, let's just take these 2 fields to get started. Oh yeah, we're going to need a base of operations, a farm. And on this map, there's really only one choice here, number 1. First, we need the place to put our stuff and operate out of. There are a couple fields there, but it's the commercial district, the future value of the commercial district that we're interested in. So that's good enough for us right there, now that we got that started. Let's get some equipment. That's going to be the next thing on our list. When you play this game of crop options, you need a kick-ass harvester. Something with some teeth to it. And for that, we're going with the case right here. Okay. This thing will chop up any wheat or barley or soybean field you can find. So we'll take that one. Then we're going to need a really good harvester header. And for that, we're going to get this big one over here. And I'll show you why. Most of these, when you get this big, they need a trailer. Okay? But for this one, for this case, the header is the trailer. Small thing, saves you a little time and energy. It's not the answer to everything. Okay. Now, to get this operation started, we are also going to need a really good tractor, something that can haul things. Now, at some point, we can get this truck up here to haul the really big loads, but for right now, we're just going to get the biggest tractor we can. And for that, it is going to be this big badass up here, the Fendt. Now, we're going to avoid the tracks. I don't like the articulators. But this Fendt right here is the biggest, most badass tractor you can get that's still on wheels. And we want to soup it up to the biggest engine configuration we can get. We're going to take some wheel weights, 369, but this is the one that you need to make it happen. 517 horsepower. This makes a big difference when you're hauling. And then we need one really good sized trailer to haul this stuff. And for that, we're going to go with the power tube with the extension. Okay, and let's check the wheel setup. Yeah, we don't want the wide tires. No, we just want standard for this. Okay. All right. Now we got to set up the land for this operation, because right now all we've done is get our equipment for the crop option operation. But really what we need to do is get this land ready, because we don't have a silo here. There is no silo. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of some of these buildings, because we're just not going to need them. And this one's purely decoration. It doesn't even have, it's not worth anything. Okay, not worth a thing. And this is a neat little building, but it says garage, but it doesn't actually repair a thing. And then before we get into actually setting down anything, you want to make sure the land is fixed up the way you want. And so for this, we want the level, and I want it really strong. Okay, and we're just going to start over here and just get it all leveled out. Try to level some of those deer you can see there into the ground. That's a good idea too. Okay, this one's a little harder because it's got this drop off here. I've never tried it from this angle. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, we want the level from this part here. Oh, I took out some of the crop. How funny. Leveled out some of my sorghum. And we want that very level, because that's where our silo is going to be going. Now that we have this all leveled out, we're going to need a really good silo. Now, it doesn't have to be the biggest, okay? But it does need to be a really good size. So let's take a look. That's what? 400,000 liters, 500,000. It's not really a big difference in price, so let's go for the 800,000 liter silo. Cool. And put it right where we want. It's in the back, because you want this right on the edge here, where the slope goes. There you go. And then let's take a look at this to make sure it's like even with everything. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's drop it right there. There we go. Okay. And then the last thing we're going to need for this little operation is a place to sleep, because we will be doing that occasionally. And, you know, for that, we just need a trailer. That's it. Little trailer, we'll stick it in the back here. Place for the kids to go on the swing. Of course, we don't have any kids, so it's not going to matter. Okay. This is our farm. So this is our brand new case harvester. And the beauty about this thing is, like I said, the header is the trailer. It makes it so much easier. And this is our first wheat field. So yeah, let's get on it. You will you'll see immediately why you need this tractor that's got over 500 horsepower. If you're going to make the most of these opportunities in the crop options business, you got to be quick. I mean fast. You have to be able to move stuff around quickly. You need to be able to haul a lot. This particular trailer will hold almost 2 full harvester fulls of whatever crop you want. It depends on the weight of the crop. But it also depends on how powerful your tractor is. So we get the biggest one we can. And so this is going to be a big help. Our Fent. We'll need another tractor eventually, but for this first year, like I said, $4 million in 4 years, but for this first year, this will take us a long way. We're just going to work our way through all the different crop option opportunities. It's just wheat where we got to start out. To be successful in the crop options business is pretty simple. You buy up as much of a particular crop as you can. Give it a fair price, but buy it up. Then you're going to store it in your silo till you reach the highest price possible during the year. For wheat, that's usually December. It's about 5-6 months away. But between now and then, we got to harvest as much as possible. So if you're someone out there that's got some land, not sure what to do now that your crop is fully mature, you give us a call here at 421 Farms. We'll come over and take care of every detail. Give you a fair price for it. Sure enough. Yep, maxed out. So we have this set for maximum weight, which basically means there's still volumetric room in the trailer, but it's too heavy even for our 500 horsepower tractor. So like I said, it makes a big difference. If this was a tractor that didn't have this much horsepower, it would have actually filled up a lot quicker. So this is why getting that very, very powerful tractor is important. Remember, oh, we're kind of in a race here. Oh no. Oh no. So the tricky part about this game is, yeah, once things happen, you're kind of stuck with whatever happens, and you may end up having to reset your vehicle back to the shop if you can't get it out. And I may be hung up here. Ugh, wow, what a crazy delay. Well, that really wasn't fun. It's gonna be a small delay to our operations. You really have to watch where you're going. When it comes to farming, there's no redos. You're stuck with whatever you did. Okay, so hopefully I can get this trailer out here, or I'll literally lose the entire crop. So, yeah, this could be a real problem. I can't reset the trailer because I'll lose all the stuff I just harvested, so I think I can get it out of here. Just need to maneuver it to the right position. It's a good thing I'm a good driver, huh? Whew, that was close. Okay. Well, that would have been terrible to lose the entire load, huh? Yeah, not good. Whew, safe and sound. That was crazy. Alright, let's get back on track here. We need to get our harvester unloaded because we're going to switch crops. I'll show you in a minute what I mean by that. Let's switch over here. Now, when you're playing the options game, one thing you have to make sure of is, because you're timing it right, you want to buy the property right before harvest, and as you head to the late summer and fall, that's a lot of different crops. So not only do you got to keep an eye on things, but check the land before you buy it. Sometimes they harvest it before you get there, so make sure you check what's going on before you actually buy the land. Otherwise, you'll just be stuck with some empty property. That's not how you make money. Just saying. Okay, I just checked it out. This crop of sorghum is still growing. Okay, so let's go into the map. And I think the first thing we got to do is we have to sell these, right? Sell that one. Sell that one. Then we want to go over here and we want to buy this one. Okay. Ooh, we're a little short. That's okay, because remember, this is the options game. So we can take out a loan. I think we're going to go for 200,000. Just a little bit of working capital. By January, we will pay every single dime of this back. But for right now, we're going to need it to exercise our option. Okay, so let's buy this one. Okay, because we're going to get all the sorghum we can. And then let's see what's over on this one. Okay, so here we have sunflowers, which I'm not too hot on. We don't even have the header for that yet. Let's see if we can find some more sorghum fields. There's 57 over here. How much is that? Yeah, it's a little expensive. See if we. So many people planted potatoes. Now, there's a small patch of potatoes here on our land, but I'm not going to. Leasing the equipment to harvest potatoes for this small parcel. And then there's this one, and this one. The leasing expense on that is way too high. Don't do it. Now, I can't tell if that's oats. It looks like corn to me. And then we've got soybeans, but that one doesn't cash in till next spring. So, one thing about the options game is you're very dependent on what everybody else plants. So, we could go pick up the harvester and start doing some corn and some other things. Might just have to do that. Let's take a look at the calendar. Okay, so we're mid-August, which is where the sorghum is. But we've got corn, sunflowers, and soybeans coming up. So let's just hold off on this and wait for this to be ready to harvest. And then we'll make a decision about getting a corn header and doing some of these other crops. We still got a couple months to make that decision. Okay, 421 Farms. So I just spotted an opportunity. Canola, we got 2 fields ready to harvest. Let's go to the map real quick here. It's 50 and 54. So let's grab those real quick. Okay. And then over here it's property 17. We're going to need to borrow some more money, some more working capital. Take us up to 365 on that. And then buy that one. Okay. Let's farm. Time is so important. We're playing a 2-day calendar here. If it gets really busy, we may extend that to 3 after the commercial district gets going. But right now, it's all about getting as many crops as possible before the end of the year. And canola, let's get this on the robot. Okay, so check this out. Let's go to the calendar. Okay, so here's canola. High price, December, $21.88 per 1,000 liters. So that's great. See, here's wheat. Okay, high price January. Barley, high price January. Oats, high price January. Sorghum, high price January. Okay. Sunflowers a little different. Soybeans, July. Corn, January and July. So the idea here is to gather up as many different crops as possible and spread your profits out over the year, so you're not stuck with just one thing. Okay. So right now, it's canola. So there's a big difference between contracts and options. When you do a contract, the client gets to pick the sale date. In other words, if you get a contract to go harvest this field, you need to immediately take what's been harvested, in this case canola, straight to the mill. That may not be the most profitable day to sell that product, to sell that particular crop. An option gives you the opportunity. Now you have to have the capital to buy the land, which is why you don't go crazy with equipment and building up your ranch with more land in the beginning. Save it so that you can option off some of these properties, get the crop, turn it back over to the client, and keep going. Especially in this first year, that's very critical. You know, if we had to go sell this canola right now versus when it comes due in December, that's almost double the price, if you see what I'm saying. What a beautiful deep summer day. This is what farming's all about. Clear blue skies, fresh air, real work. That's real living. 421 Farms. So we made very quick work of the canola fields. Let's load up on that, get this back to our silo, and let's go to the map and see. I don't see any other canola opportunities at the moment. So that means we can go ahead and sell this. And this one. Okay. And then, aside from this sorghum, I don't know. Obviously some soybeans. We've got a small soybean here and a small sorghum. So many people planted potatoes this season and also sugar beets. Now, both of these require special equipment that are very expensive to lease or buy. So we're going to skip over all of those. We may go for a corn header to pick up some of these sunflowers and some of these cornfields, but that's about it for the opportunities for this season. Remember, this whole map is your farm, but it's very dependent on what other people decide to plant. And so for right now, this is where we're at. It's a little late today, but at least we're getting a lunch. Some people work all day, don't get a lunch. Sitting in their offices, slaving away. Maybe it's their home office. They just go in the kitchen, fix up a plate, get right back to work. And then we get 5 minutes to take a breath. Get a mouthful of food. We take a full hour off. Smell what it's like to live. You smell that? 421 Farms. Isn't it beautiful? So let's see where we are. 23,000 liters of wheat and 34,000 liters of canola. Now, we still got a whole bunch of sorghum to get out of the ground. And then we're going to look for these sunflowers, soybeans, and corn. So, slow start. What we really want is this wheat number to be 230,000 liters. But we're very dependent on what everybody else is planting, because the whole map is our farm. I'd say now's a good time to get yourself something to eat, drink. It's time for a little shut-eye, sunshine. It's going to be a big day tomorrow.